Throughout the 20th century, Watts garnered significant attention for his ability to weave together the rich tapestries of Eastern and Western philosophies. His profound insights into the nature of existence have enlightened countless souls. At the heart of many of his teachings lies a compelling yet simple message. Life, with all its complexities and intricacies, shouldn't be taken too gravely. In this video, we'll delve deep into this core idea and explore why Watts believed that taking life too seriously might just be missing the point altogether. Who was Alan Watts? Dive into the world of the 20th century, and you'll find a luminary named Alan Watts lighting up philosophical circles. A British-American thinker, Watts is often remembered for his profound ability to bridge the gap between Eastern spirituality and Western rationality. His teachings, delivered through lectures, books, and seminars, have been instrumental in reshaping modern thought. Alan wasn't just a philosopher. He was also a theologian, a Zen practitioner, and a prolific writer. His influence extended to the burgeoning counterculture movement of the 1960s, inspiring figures like the Beat Poets and even the Beatles. Notable works like The Wisdom of Insecurity and The Book on the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are tackle the very essence of human existence, urging readers to approach life with a sense of playful curiosity rather than grave seriousness. These texts, among others, cemented his legacy as a proponent of experiencing life fully, without being bogged down by overanalysis or rigid conventions. Watts's playful universe concept. In the vast cosmos of thought, Alan Watts introduced a refreshing perspective. The universe is not a serious place. It's playful. He urged us to see the cosmos not as a machine made up of cogs and wheels, but as a divine dance of forms, rhythms, and patterns. At the heart of this view is the analogy of life as music. Just as a song is not made to arrive at a final note or a dance to reach a particular spot on the floor, life isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about the journey, the experience, the very act of living. Watts often pointed out that in music, the point isn't to reach the end of the composition, but to enjoy every note, every pause, every crescendo. Similarly, in dance, the point isn't to arrive at a location, but to revel in each step, each movement. Life to Watts was to be danced to, sung along with, and played like an instrument. Goals, ambitions, and destinations are constructs that can divert us from the real beauty of life, which lies in the moment. The journey is the reward. When we shift our perspective from treating life as a solemn quest for achievement to seeing it as a beautiful play or a dance, we allow ourselves to live more fully, freely, and authentically. The illusion of ego. One of Alan Watts's most enlightening concepts was his discourse on the ego. For many, the ego stands as the I, or self, that perceives, thinks, and acts. But according to Watts, this sense of a separate ego is a grand illusion, a fabricated narrative that humanity has been conditioned into believing. Watts often pointed out that our language, culture, and societal constructs emphasize the individual as separate from the world around them. Phrases like, "I came into this world," suggest that we are outsiders intruding upon an external universe. Watts, however, argued that we didn't come into this world. We came out of it, like leaves from a tree. By falsely perceiving ourselves as isolated entities in an expansive universe, we construct barriers. This isolated viewpoint reinforces a mindset of us versus them, or me against the world, which can cultivate a seriousness rooted in survival, competition, and distinction. The ego, with its incessant desires, fears, and ambitions, amplifies the gravity with which we approach life. Concerns about how we're perceived, the legacy we leave behind, or our standing in social hierarchies dominate our thoughts. In truth, these are transient concerns of an illusory self. By understanding the ego as a mere construct, we can start to dissolve these self-imposed boundaries. We begin to see ourselves as part of an interconnected whole, flowing with the universe rather than against it. And as this realization dawns, the heavy seriousness born of ego-driven ambitions lightens. We can then embrace life with the playful, joyful spirit that Watts so beautifully espoused. The problem with overthinking. Alan Watts frequently touched upon the pitfalls of the intellect when it becomes untethered from experience. He believed that the human mind, with its incredible capacity for abstraction and planning, can often lead us astray from the immediacy and authenticity of life. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone, Watts once remarked, emphasizing the beauty of natural clarity over the muddiness of over-intervention. For Watts, overthinking represents a form of hyperactivity of the analytical mind. He noted that while thinking is a powerful tool, it becomes problematic when it turns into an uncontrollable habit, pulling us out of the present moment. Constantly ruminating about the past or anticipating the future can result in missing the richness of the now. Moreover, Watts pointed out that excessive planning and calculation are often based on the desire for security, but in seeking certainty in an inherently uncertain world, we end up creating anxiety. The paradox is that by overthinking and seeking control, we often feel more out of control. Watts often likened life to a musical performance. Overanalyzing every note or obsessing about the ending robs the joy of the music itself. It's the act of playing, the ebb and flow, the highs and lows that truly matter. By being overly cerebral, we risk turning life into a problem to be solved rather than an experience to be savored. Thus, according to Watts, the antidote to overthinking is not to abandon thought, but to strike a balance. It's about grounding oneself in the present, dancing with the rhythm of life, and appreciating the journey without being overly fixated on the destination. Embracing the now. Alan Watts often accentuated the importance of immersing oneself in the present moment, a perspective deeply rooted in Eastern philosophies. No valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now, he once stated. For Watts, the present moment was the only real experience, with the past being a memory and the future an expectation. Watts highlighted the pitfalls of being overly future-oriented. He argued that constantly living for tomorrow leads to a sort of deferred life, where real living is always postponed. In this state of perpetual waiting, the richness and depth of the present become overshadowed by the allure of a better future. Such a mindset can result in feeling perpetually unsatisfied, always chasing the next goal or milestone without ever truly enjoying the journey. To truly embrace the now, Watts encouraged practices like meditation and mindfulness, tools that help anchor the mind to the present experience. It's about appreciating the simple joys, the transient beauty, and the unfolding dance of life. By living in the present, one can find a depth of experience and a richness of emotion often obscured by constant future planning. For Watts, life was inherently filled with paradoxes and contrasts. While he often emphasized not taking life too seriously, he recognized the role of seriousness in certain situations. Life is a matter of oscillation. Life is vibration, he remarked. Life, for Watts, oscillated between seriousness and playfulness, effort and ease. However, in modern society, Watts observed an imbalance. Many people were overly serious, driven by goals, ambitions, and the constant need for achievement. Such an approach, while having its merits, often led to burnout, stress, and an inability to appreciate life's lighter moments. Watts, with his infectious laughter and jovial demeanor, often championed the value of humor, spontaneous play, and childlike wonder. He believed that by integrating playfulness into daily life, individuals could find a sense of balance and wholeness. It's not about dismissing seriousness, but about complementing it. It's finding joy in the simple moments, laughing at the absurdities of life, and dancing to its unpredictable tune. Practical insights from Watts. Alan Watts's teachings provide not just philosophical insights, but also practical wisdom that can be applied in our daily lives. Embracing his perspectives can lead to a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. Mindfulness practices. Watts often emphasized the significance of being fully present in every moment. Mindfulness meditation, even if practiced for a few minutes a day, can help ground us in the present, allowing us to fully engage with the now. By focusing on our breathing or the sensations in our body, we can pull ourselves back from the distractions of past regrets or future anxieties. Moments of daily reflection. Set aside a few moments each day to just sit and reflect. This doesn't necessarily have to be a structured practice. It can be as simple as pausing during a busy day, taking a deep breath, and observing the world around you. Such moments can offer clarity and a refreshed perspective. Techniques to stay present. Watts often spoke of life as a dance, emphasizing the importance of immersion over observation. Engaging in activities that require your full attention, such as dancing, painting, or even cooking, can serve as powerful tools to anchor you in the present moment. Nature walks. Watts believed in the healing and grounding power of nature. Taking walks in natural settings, be it a forest, beach, or even a park, can serve as a reminder of the larger interconnected dance of life that we are all a part of. Questioning our assumptions. One of Watts's great gifts was his ability to challenge our deeply held beliefs and assumptions. Regularly questioning and reflecting on why we do what we do can lead to greater self-awareness and, often, a lighter approach to life. Life, as Alan Watts often reminded us, is not just a journey but a dance, a play, an unfolding experience to be lived fully rather than just observed. By getting caught up in societal expectations, future anxieties, or past regrets, we often forget to truly live. But with a playful spirit inspired by Watts's teachings, we can approach life with a renewed sense of wonder, joy, and spontaneity. Embracing a less serious attitude doesn't mean neglecting responsibilities, but rather viewing them in the grander context of life's ever-changing dance. As viewers move forward, may they find inspiration in Watts's words, letting them serve as gentle reminders to enjoy the music, dance a little, and above all, not take life too seriously.